like a bird. Actually, more like a hard-ass pterodactyl. Ah! That's right, I said hammy.
Balls to the wall.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. We do our best to bring experts onto our show and onto this channel to talk about the state of the world. There's very little that I would consider myself an absolute subject matter expert in. It's more just pattern recognition for us and being able to find the trend lines and predict what's going to happen. But I'll tell you, there is something that I do know. I know about the bubble. The bubble. I lived in Washington, D.C. for 15 years. I lived through multiple presidential administrations, including the Trump administration, Obama administration. I know how insular that city is. That city is locked down. It is a psych ward for people that do not want to live in reality, do not want to look around, even at the streets of DC and see the homelessness, the filth, the rags, the drug use. They can't shake themselves out of their own universe. They live inside of a bubble, a hermetically sealed, medically cleansed bubble where they never get outside. They never get outside of it. Something called the Acela corridor goes from DC to New York, and it's a joke because it means it's like a little bullet train where you never have to see real life unless you look out the window, and then you see what Baltimore, Maryland, and New Jersey looks like, and it is abysmal. And so the bubble is real, man. It's real, and it's really entertaining when CNN sends their snooty multimillionaire reporters out to the middle of nowhere, like a cornfield in Iowa, and you ask people in Iowa, what do you think about Trump? And this was a clip from last summer, and it's perfect. It's 5 seconds long. It tells you everything.
Do you think Donald Trump is an honest and trustworthy person?
Yes. Yes.
This is warm-up season. 5 months until Iowa vote.
You could just see the reporter, John King. You can see the reporter just like sad in shock, right? Because nobody in his circle would ever say that. Nobody in Washington, D.C., in Georgetown would ever say something like that. This is truly special and remarkable. Reporters actually get out into the streets and do real reporting, and it leads to some pretty remarkable results. It also leads to CNN regularly being BTFO'd on air. CNN host launches into stinging attacks on Kamala Harris to highlight huge weakness. Dana Bash saying effectively you could start a drinking game when you listen to Kamala Harris speak. And the guest there saying there's no plan to lower your grocery bill. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. It's been a very interesting tact that we've seen CNN take. I don't know what the deal is, but CNN, who is not a friend and not a place you should consume news or watch, but there's starting to be fact checks against libs on CNN. There's starting to be a regular drumbeat of curiosity about why hundreds of millions of people vote for Donald Trump, including this segment right here, which again, I will just openly admit, as somebody who's worked in corporate media, that they don't have to broadcast this, right? So it's one thing to go out and get the story. They're at a Trump boat parade doing interviews with people at Trump boat parade, and this reporter just gets blown out of the water. Shirtless dude holding a beer takes down all of CNN, which is true. They don't have to report it. They don't have to go there, and they certainly don't have to air it, right? But they do. They choose to do it. And that's the sea change that I see. All you want is fairness. Air one side. I'm not arguing that you should censor all libs. I'm saying show our side. And our side is kind of perfectly represented by the MAGA boat parade dude here, which is an amazing clip. Here we go.
Your most important issue?
The economy, getting the interest rates down, getting it to where we can afford to live in America. Right now, it's too expensive.
Okay, now let me maybe ask a slightly impolite question. But, if you can afford a boat, you're not hurting so bad, right? Because a boat costs a lot of money and it's a lot of upkeep.
Listen, nobody gave me shit. I earned everything that I've got. I'm retired military, retired power plant, and I am successful and retired and with boats, jet skis, because I did it right. And everybody has that chance. Whether they choose or not, that's up to them.
I would never try to take anything away from you in that way. But what I'm asking is, groceries are probably a smaller part of your budget than, say, someone who's a little worse off. I think it's interesting that people who are a little bit more comfortable are still so concerned about the economy. Did you see what I'm saying?
Because I want my money to go further, I want inflation to go down. I want interest rates to go back down. I want all that, but that covers everybody in the economy. Not just me, not just the poor, not just the rich. It covers everybody.
Now, something I've heard from some people, tell me if this applies to you, is like they're worried their kids aren't able to afford a house or a car.
No, I trained my kids and taught my kids properly. They have great educations, and they're both successful in their careers. Actually, they're doing better than me.
They're actually doing better than me. And I love Trump boat parades. I love Trump boat parades. This is one of the most wonderful things about living in Florida is there are regular Trump boat parades. So let's dissect this very quickly because what this man is saying deserves to be repeated. The guy is actually making the best case possible for the MAGA movement. This guy has a boat. He says, I'm well off. He says, I've retired. I worked hard and now I get to enjoy a life of the American dream, as you would call it. But still, this man, and the reporter, I think, she's making the opposite point that I think she's trying to make. It's very interesting. It shows how dumb these reporters are, actually. This guy's concerned about the state of the economy, even though he's not living paycheck to paycheck, penny to penny. And that means he cares about his fellow Americans. That's what America First is, idiot. Again, I compliment them for actually airing this. You didn't have to. The guy just completely owned you. The guy says, even though my kids are doing well and I'm doing well, people are hurting. They can't afford groceries. They can't afford gas. Gas prices have doubled. Grocery prices have tripled. Mortgage prices are asinine, out of control. And we need help. And I think that's a wonderful thing. That's like a beautiful thing that he says. And it's it's to his credit that he's doing it while I think he's double fisting here. Is he double fisting? Yeah, I mean, sure looks like it. There you go. Yeah, he's making better points with what looks like a beer, like a Yingling or a Miller Lite, and a red Solo cup with probably some warm Tito's vodka in it. He's making a better point than the reporter, who you have to assume has never had a happy day in her entire life. This guy's living the life, and he's doing a great job representing what America First looks like. America First looks like we want all Americans to live happy, productive lives. It's a beautiful thing. It's so great to watch CNN get BTFO'd on the air. It's so great when it's live, when it's on camera.
You said you
not
weren't.
say that.
He has testified that.
Donald Trump.
But you said you weren't very.
The legend of all
you
this.
You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about it, about that speech that happened on the rally.
Am I allowed to say that?
When they went to the Capitol and they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers, why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out.
Let me pull it out. I have to pull it out. Everyone's screaming and cheering. You wonder why they don't do live with. Last time they went live with Donald Trump on CNN, they ended the career of Joe Biden forever. I'll finish with this. CNN airing some bangers recently. Black guys at a Pennsylvania barbershop tell local reporter that Kamala Harris isn't really black. To me, no. Oh, well, I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings. CNN aired it, man. And hot damn. I don't know, baby. It's a very interesting time. CNN getting wrecked on air, always my favorite.
So speaking of those candidates, now for something completely different. In my 20 years plus in journalism, I've noticed some of the best conversations I've ever had, whether at a protest, a rally, or just in a neighborhood, have come with real people off the air. It's time to change that. With my sidekick, Evan Mack, we are taking you to the real people in our community and attacking controversial topics in a very authentic and open way. Here is a taste of what we found when we met with black voters about politics at a barbershop in Mechanicsburg. Kamala Harris, okay? Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Hold on, wait, first, Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh, is Kamala black, yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow, is Kamala black, yes or no?
I heard she
half black and half Asian.
It feel like she black when she want to be. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. Huh?
I feel that same.
Huh?
Because
Wow.
Yeah. She uses the black card when she have to.
Wow, it's huge. I'm just saying, I've heard this is huge.
Okay,
Man.
so that's interesting. My follow-up question is, does it matter?
At this point, no. I think America's. I tell people this right now. If you really want change in this country, you would not be voting for either of the lesser of two evils. So, like, if we at that point, if we truly at that point as Americans, then we know what we need to do.
But I'm talking about this. We're debating her ethnicity.
Yeah.
Right? And we're hedging, right? Maybe. Does it matter? If
It doesn't matter.
If she came out tomorrow and was like, yo, I'm black.
That don't mean nothing to me. Obama was black.
Right. Does it mean anything to you?
Wow.
Now, hold on. Do you think, though, let's flip it a little bit further. Does a black candidate maybe understand your background, your needs better than a candidate who's not?
If they've come from our background.